Hi there, YouTubers. I am Juanita. This is my first video on YouTube. I figure why not start with a makeup tutorial? Duh, like who doesn't do makeup tutorials? No, just kidding. I will be kind of critiquing some of the items as I go along and creating this beautiful green look. So if you guys are wanting to see that all completed and how I did that, although my lipstick is just a mess, not my biggest favorite thing out of my makeup routine, but hey, if you want to see how I created the eye look at least portion of this, keep on watching. Alright, so I went ahead, moisturized my face, put on some eye cream, and got some other face cream on there for just making my face look nice and prepped. But I did start it back up because I wanted to make sure I include my Tatcha. This right here is my absolute favorite primer. Tried tons, most of them, tends to make the makeup right in here sort of just sweat away by the end of the day. It's my little lifesaver. My Tatcha tends to hold my makeup on all day. So absolutely love it. So if you've never tried it, I suggest at least go out, get a sample, try it out. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I have met some people that didn't really care for it. It is a thicker type primer. They actually based it off of the geishas. So just to keep in mind. So yeah, it is a bit thicker, but wonderful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on and then we'll get started on foundation. All right, so on to foundation. Gotta love it. So I use Sephora Full Coverage Foundation. I think some people kind of shy away from Sephora products just because it is not like one of the top super crazy name brands like Kat Von D and Too Faced and Makeup Forever. So people tend to shy away from the Sephora products because they're a little bit cheaper and they think, oh, it can't be as good. Well, a good part about Sephora products is they make them themselves. And yes, they are as good. They just don't have an extra person making it for them, so they don't have to mark it up quite as expensive. So just so you know, this right here is some amazing coverage. You can even do a little bit lighter hand and have it be a little lighter coverage, or you can do a nice full hand and have very super full coverage. So go ahead and try it out. It's actually pretty decent, ladies. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I always apply with a beauty blender. It amazes me, like I can't even think about going back to the days of using my hands. So, which still amazes me that that's how we always used to apply foundation, and it was the norm of always with our fingers. Now these wonderful inventions. These are an absolute godsend. I don't like to put it on all at one time. You'll notice a lot of people do dots and things like that. It tends to change the shade of the color, so I like to go in with it only when I'm actually applying it. So I don't think a lot of people realize that because it aerates the foundation a little bit, it tends to change the shade. So if you ever notice that when you're doing your foundation and you put dots all over your face and then it's not blending out quite as pretty once you get to the other half, that's why. All right.
Mom, when I hear the cat sound...
Oh yeah, by the way, Mom. She wanted to come and let me know she heard the cat sound. Because we have cats in our neighborhood. Too funny, like she's never heard the cat sound before. Right. Get a little bit on the forehead there. Alright, and got some nice, beautiful, full coverage going on. Okay, so we are good there. Now we're gonna do some highlighting of the face and of course contouring. And I just recently picked up these Anastasia foundation sticks. They were actually on sale, normally $25, $12.50. Yes, please. So basically got 2 for the price of 1. Love it. So we're gonna start by doing some highlighting of the face. I have some warm alabaster. Banana is their highlight color, which is actually a little too dark and orangey to me. So I use their warm alabaster. It's a nice, beautiful light shade. I actually bought it for a foundation. Not a fan of it being a full foundation. Just gonna be perfectly honest there. But works great for a highlight and contour. I absolutely love contouring with a stick. I always thought that I would hate that, but it is actually quite amazing and it makes it super easy. So I'm gonna put a little under my eyes, some on my nose, some right on the tip. I'm gonna do a little on the forehead, and pretty much everywhere that I am going to later put down some actual highlight. Except right here. I don't put a highlight there. That would be weird. Hey, you never know though. Girls like to highlight everywhere. They want to be sparkly. It's kind of crazy. All right, we're gonna buff that out. And then you won't even see all of that. It's amazing. The other day, I actually sent a picture to my dad telling him it looked like I was applying war paint. We are Indian, so sort of suited us so well. Be applying war paint in 2019. And in a way, makeup is a woman's war paint. Most of us can't even leave the house without it anymore. Kind of funny. I, on the other hand, don't usually like to do my makeup on my days off, except for the fun. So today, it's just for the fun. All right, so now we're gonna go in to do some contouring. I use Shane Fawn. The other shades were just a tad too dark, but I do have a friend that said it was a bit too ashy for her, so it does have a bit of an ashy tone to it, so doesn't necessarily won't work for everybody, but works quite well for me. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do all the lovely extra war paint. Okay. Now, with my contour, I don't actually like to use the Beauty Blender to blend it out. I felt like when I used a Beauty Blender, it just sort of disappeared, and I didn't see it at all anymore. Where when I used a brush, it actually looked like perfect contour. So we're gonna go ahead and buff that out with a little bit of a brush. All right, so I sort of just sped this part up, but then of course all the things that I said sounded like the little mouse from Cinderella. So I just basically talked about how it made your forehead look a little smaller and took away the fine lines with that brush. So here we go. All right. Next, I actually use 2 different setting powders. I will use a Fenty Beauty one that is in the shade Cashew, and I actually use that over my contour so that it doesn't dye it out too much. Sometimes I've noticed that when I go over it straight with my other setting powder, that all of a sudden I can't really see it anymore. So this sort of keeps it nice and tense, since the Cashew was a little too dark for my tone, just a tad. We'll find it later. Alright, then I go in with this Hard Candy Bake and Brighten setting powder. Don't actually recommend this. It's not the greatest setting powder. It'll do the job if you need something cheap. But I ain't gonna lie, it's not the greatest. Sort of like clings to some of those fine lines on some of the areas I'd rather it didn't. But like I said, it'll do if you want something cheap and you're in a pinch. This area is the area where it likes to stick the most. Once again, why I don't necessarily recommend it, but it'll do. All right, so we are about to get to the fun part, my favorite part of makeup, which is the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go off camera just for a sec, find my lid for my Fenty Beauty, get myself all set up so that maybe do some priming on my lids before I get back on camera. I'll let you know what I'm gonna be doing that with. My Urban Decay Eden eye primer. I absolutely love this stuff. Has a little bit of a tint to it, so that way if you aren't necessarily putting the color over the full lid, it will just look like skin tone. It's amazing. Wonderful. Love this stuff. All right, so I'm gonna pop off, do that, and I'll be back in just a sec. All right, guys, so while I was off camera, I was deciding what palette I should use. I went ahead and decided to use one of my Morphe palettes. This is the Boss Mood. If you do not have this one at home, I recommend to go get it. It was only $24 and has an amazing shade range. If you've never used any Morphe palettes, they have amazing pigmentation for such a nice price. So, I never know exactly what look I'm gonna go for when I start. We'll get there, and then, you know, the magic will happen. So, I think, this is the hard part. I get torn between colors. I mean, I really want to use all these like beautiful greens and do kind of a greenish look, but these oranges are like calling my name and stuff. So, okay. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my first brush. I am a big e.l.f. supporter, so I have always used their brushes. I use a lot of their products. I love e.l.f. They're slowly getting more and more well known in the beauty community, which is amazing. So if you need like pretty inexpensive brushes that get the job done, e.l.f. So, all right. So let's go ahead and we're gonna dive right in. Still can't decide. I'm still torn, guys. Green or orange, green or orange. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with some green. So I'm gonna go in with a nice bright lime color. And we are gonna pack that all on top, like above the crease line, not in the crease, above it. Get us a nice, beautiful green base going. And I've always noticed if you get some of those like weird kind of like lines on there, just keep buffing it. More you do that, better it looks. Okay, just gotta buff out those fine lines. Okay, we're gonna go in, and I can't do that whole like one eye. and then make the other eye match. So we're gonna do them both at the same time. So we're gonna go above this eye, same thing, going above that crease line with that green color and just buffing it out, giving a nice big space of that green, so that when we are closing our eye, or opening, when we have our eye open, the first thing that you're going to see is that nice, beautiful green shade. So, okay. Now we're going to go in with just a tad darker shade green. I'm going to go in with that same exact brush, and this time we're going to go in the crease line. All right, and you can already see how this eye has so much more dimension just from adding that green shade into the crease. So now we're gonna go in and do the other eye. Give that other eye same beautiful dimension by adding in that darker color. This right here, I feel, is a very easy technique to make it look like a very advanced eye look, even though really we're just kind of blending one color on top of the other. All right. Next, we're gonna go in with just an even darker shade. I'm still using the same brush. You don't even have to have that many brushes. We think we need a million. We really don't. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with that same brush, and this time let's stay with the right eye first. We're gonna go in just on the corner of that eye and buff it out at that corner edge. All right. And once again, you can kind of see it just adds some nice dimension to the eye. Sorry, my mirror's off to the side, so if I keep getting out of camera and out of focus, it's because I'm looking at my mirror, so I do apologize. Eventually this setup will be a little bit better. First videos are always fun. All right. All right, so now we got some nice dimension going to both eyes. Looking nice and chic. I'm liking it so far. All right, now you can always cut the crease, or I try to just sort of keep it above a certain point so that when I get to this last step, it already looks like I cut a crease, even though I really didn't. Okay, also, you can either go in with a shimmer shade, a nice light shimmer shade for that. Although today I went ahead and I also grabbed out my Alchemist palette by Kat Von D. I absolutely love this little palette. There are only 4 shades. And these are actually considered, it's a highlight eyeshadow palette. So you can use these as a highlighter, or you can use them as just an eyeshadow, which is all I ever use it for. I don't ever use this to highlight. It does make for an amazing thing if you take this over, we're gonna just kind of do a little test here. So if you take this over a really, really dark shade, so I'm kind of putting a black, nice, and you make a nice little line of black, and then you take one of these really shimmery shades over it, and go over the top of it, it actually completely transforms the shade. So it went from a black, just a straight black shade, to like a really shimmery blue dual chrome color. Very cool. So it's just another little thing you can do with these. I didn't know that right away. I actually seen it on another little clip and I was like, ooh, that's a good little tip to share. Yes, please. I like sharing my tips. All right, so on this, there is a green emerald shade. We're gonna pack that right in that little area where there is no shade right now. And it, because these are like dual color chrome colors, it is gonna give an amazing pop to this eye look. So once again, 4 different shades, but we're gonna have a really pretty eye look. And don't worry, I'll zoom in on the eye look so you can get a nice, really close look at it in a sec. So it's like, I can barely even see what you're doing. All right, so we got a nice little amount of that. Maybe I'll zoom in. Maybe I'm just gonna pick this up and bring it closer to my face. All right. So as you can see, nice, beautiful top color, nice shimmers. So really nice pop and look. All right, I ain't gonna lie, I totally just shut that off like super quick because my husband walked in. This is like the first time I've ever done a video, so I kind of felt a little like, ah! Don't look at me! Okay, all right, I know, silly, right? That's okay. I'll break out of that. Pretty soon. It'll be like, yeah, go away, I'm doing a video. Okay, so next is lovely eyeliner. Now, eyeliner is always really super tricky for me. I have very hooded lids, so it's a challenge. So I'm gonna go off camera to do that then. So I'll be back. All right, guys, a good 20 minutes later. Not really. Some of that wasn't only just this. I had to take a little break. Do a little smoke. All right, no, kidding. All right, anyways, so finally got my wings. I'm happy with them. They're looking right, somewhat matching. Takes forever. And if you're like me and you have a hooded lid like I do, it tends to make it tricky to make a wing go the way you want it to. But I think I succeeded, so I'm gonna go with this. I'm pretty happy with it. But I was gonna show you what I used. So this is Clinique, making sure you guys can see it. It is 01 Black. Yeah, that would have helped. It is amazing. This one was actually a Sephora $100 point perk. And if you do not have the Beauty Insider at Sephora and you shop there, you're silly because you get free stuff. Yeah, free stuff, amazing. Anyways, anywho, but this right here was, like I said, 100 point perk. So, but it was a full size one. This thing has lasted me way longer than most of the other liquid liners I have tried. And I've tried like Fenty, and I've tried, I'll tell you guys, I have one right in here, actually, in my drawer. This is one of my many drawers. It's loaded full of stuff right now. Yeah, that I haven't got to try yet, but I will. Anyways, so like I have in here the roller liner. Not a huge fan. My daughter loves it, but she likes make random lines on her face with it. So worse for that. But it's not the smoothest of writing. Let's see if I can kind of show. Yeah, it looks pretty good on there, of course. See, like when you do random lines, it looks fantastic. When you're up here doing lines on your face, for some reason, when I do my liner, I have a hard time with it. But, I mean, like, it looks killer when you draw on your hand. Anyways, so this, though, swear by it, love it. We'll need to get more eventually. This is my last one. All right. Next, I always do some liner in my waterline. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. And I use the Make Up For Ever Artist Color Pencil. This one is a actual pencil that's, you know, you gotta sharpen and everything. But I feel like they're much better for using in your waterline. All right, so I just put a little dash of that right to about the middle of my eye. So right about to where I can see middle of my eyeball. And I'll do that on both sides. Okay. Next we'll move on to mascara. Kidding. That moment when you realize, I haven't done blush or highlight. I can still do that in a little bit. We'll go ahead and we'll do the mascara and pop on some lashes, and then we'll go back and do some blush and highlight and have some fun with that. So I do have the traditional Better Than Sex Everybody Swears by this mascara. I actually only prefer it when it kind of dries out a little bit, and it tends to get a little bit more chalky, but I feel like when I am applying it at that point, I can kind of like build it better. If you're working on a brand new big tube, it's good, but I've had others I liked better. I just recently got the Kat Von D, and I really like this one. I was wearing this one, and I built it up so much, it almost looked like I was wearing falsies without actually even having some on, but I have some pretty thick eyelashes to begin with, so, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I got some good eyelashes, but I felt like this one was really good, nice buildable. But I love the Damn Girl, the new Damn Girl. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I will say it is not a lengthening mascara. So if you do have little itty bitty lashes, not gonna be for you. Okay. Like I said, I have pretty thick lashes to begin with. So this stuff works pretty good to just make my lashes nice and super full and looking. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this. So we're gonna put a little bit of this on, and then I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna pop on some lashes, and then we'll put on some blush and do some highlight after some setting powder or setting spray. Let's do setting spray first. I always want to jump to, oh, hello. You fell down. All right, don't worry, are you okay? Okay, you're okay? All right, good. I don't want anybody to be hurt. All right, so we're gonna jump into setting spray. Then we'll pop on some mascara and lashes. All right, so this one is the Bare Minerals Dewy Mist, and it's just kind of like trying it out. Also a 100 Point Perk. I feel like I'm gonna have to get some more of this. I really like it. So it has a bit of a shimmer to it, I noticed, just a tad. Just gives that face the natural, like, dewy glow. Since it is a dew mist. I know, I'm super funny. All right, anyways. So now we're gonna go ahead and do some mascara, and then I'll hop off here and pop on some lashes, and then we'll do some blush and some highlight and get this face fully finished. And then we'll take a look at how that eye looks with everything on. All right, guys, ladies, guys, whatevs, peeps, my peeps, how we like that, peeps. All right, so get a nice layer of that. By the way, this is one dip. I've not re-dipped this, and I'm gonna show you. We'll take a closer look. But like I said, I haven't even. All right, one dip. Haven't re-dipped it. Just a. But seriously though, pretty full looking lashes for one dip into there. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and hop off, pop on some lashes. We'll get some blush going and some highlight, and we'll be all done. Take a look at this look, all finished. All right, peeps, so I got lashes put on. I went ahead and put a little more mascara on to just sort of mask the two together. These right here are some super intense eyelashes. Not exactly what I was going for, although they were new and I wanted to try them out. I am a girl of not a whole lot of money. So most of what I do spend my money on when I spend it on makeup is my palettes. So everything else kind of goes to the wind on funds. So this right here is a set that I got for, I think, $3. I think it was $1 for the sets, and then like $2 for shipping and handling, or vice versa. But they are from Ding Scene. This is a Cute.com brand. So if you've never heard of Cute, download the app. I'm not promoting for them. I'm not like, I'm not funded from them or anything like that. I just use them because they have pretty great products for really cheap. So these right here are some faux mink lashes. They are amazing. It was a set of 10 for, like I said, like $3. And they are so soft and pretty dang gorgeous. So I'm gonna lie, I like them. They weren't what I was going for, but they are beautiful. Make you look like a rock star. Okay. So as I said before, we totally forgot, well, I forgot, some blush and some highlight. So we're gonna do some blush, which I'm gonna do from a little bit from Alamar. This is kind of a random brand. I got this from BoxyCharm. It has kind of some orangey shades and then like a burnt rose shade in the middle. I didn't think I was going to be a fan of the orange shades, but I actually quite love them. So I'm going to use that today. I'm going to pop this really dark orangish color, which looks like it'd be super crazy. It's not. It's really quite nice. So we're gonna pop that. I'm using a wet wild brush for this. Pop this right on the apples of my cheeks. Oh yeah, see? Look at the difference. Can't believe I forgot. Okay, so, and like I said, not super crazy. Just the right amount of color to it. Okay, got that on there. All right. Next, we need some highlight raw skin. Yeah. And for this, I'm going to use a Tarte product. So it is a Tarteist Pro Glow. Also, I got from a BoxyCharm. Once again, I don't get funded from these things. This is like the first video I've ever made. But if you are not a subscriber to BoxyCharm and you are a makeup lover, I suggest it. It's $20 a month and you get 5 full size products. They say 4 to 5, but so far I've gotten 5 every time. And the products are really amazing, top-notch products. But you get really good products you get to test them out for only $20 a month. Yes, please. Like I said, I do not have a whole lot of money when it comes to these things. Lost my brush that I was looking for. Sorry about that. So most of it goes to my palettes. But everything else kind of gets sidetracked. And this, I actually got like a 6-month subscription when I got my tax return. And I've been loving it. And I really want to continue the subscription after this because it has been amazing. All right, so as you remember a long time ago when we were doing our face, everywhere that I put pretty much all that light highlight on my face is pretty much where I'm going to be putting my highlight, my shimmer. So I'm going back over all of those areas, adding a little. The only place, as I said, I'm not going to add some shimmer is right on these sides of my faces. Somebody does that, hey, by all means, shimmer away. Glow away, girlfriend, glow away. All right. So there we go, face is highlighted. We are good there. And I'm going to pop on some Anastasia lipstick. This is in Dead Rose. Yeah, Dead Roses. So we're gonna pop that on.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna make the motion just a little bit. Full time Pokemon personally.
Lipsticks are not usually my favorite part of the routine, but I'm adding it because it usually finishes off a look. All right, so we're gonna take a little bit closer look at here. So this is our full and completed look. So yeah, you'll notice the little dual chrome on the eyes. You can always pop a little bit into the corner there, and then I'll just add a little extra pop. I usually do that. I didn't this time, but yeah, so there you go. Thanks for watching. I am on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. I will leave my info in the comments down below. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on next video, guys.